Now I'll come to ROSHAN SHRESTA sir. He's the student coordinator for Farabi Kazakh National University and some other university. So I don't have those universities in my list. I'm very sorry for that. And he's widely popular motivational speaker who has been prominently working in this field for the last so many years. So sir, how could you offer a more cheaper price in Kazakhstan than Bangladesh and China?
First of all, thank you for the questions. I was expecting this question actually.
But I'm not provoking to fight between the panelists.
No. I was expecting this because I started my career with the education field 22 years back, and I really love working as a students coordinator, and also I'm the bridge between the university and students and also the agency around the world. And we have a very good number of Indian students coming to our country. As he has said, there are different factors. As Mr. Regan said, like why it's a little expensive in Bangladesh, and we have other universities also around the world. It depends on the country economy, and also like we are opening up our country to have more students to come over, because education is one of the factors. Like we are adapting the system from Australia actually. For Australia, the number one source of income for the economy is from the education. So there are lot of people from there around the world. I think for the Indian students, is number one destination is for Australia as well. I think it's one or two, every year it changes, first the US and between Australia. But they goes for the different variety of the program. You cannot afford to study in the United States because the cost of education per year would be 70 to 80,000 US dollars. That's the education only. You add up with your living cost and food, and it comes around 100,000 US dollars per year. So we are adopting that in the same way. We are also struggling with the economy because after the pandemic and all, and before pandemic also, because you have to understand, Kazakhstan used to be a part of the USSR, and after 1992 it divided it's recognized as an independent country. So from that year onwards, we have been really working hard to build up the living style and the economy of the country. So we open up for the education for the international students from, because it was a part of USSR before, and many international students used to go and study there. So we do have a good university in Kazakhstan, and also Kazakh, Al-Farabi Kazakh is number one in university there. So we have the policy of the education ministry that we have to attract more foreign students. So for that, like, you need to give the affordable prices. So we are still in the developing country phase. So we kept the tuition fee such a standard that every foreign student can come. In our university itself, we have more than 500 Indian students studying. We established in 1934, and we have altogether more than 20,000 students studying, local and international students. And out of the international students, majority of them are from India. And we have around 500 students studying in our university. As Mr. Regan also told, we are also like is a Muslim country. Islam is a major population there, 90% plus. Food is not a problem in all the CIS countries, including Kyrgyzstan. We share the same food, and like food is very cheap. That is one of the reasons why you don't have to spend too much money on the food, and the hostels are cheaper. So that is another thing, because if you go to some advanced country, like a developed country, I think the living cost will be pretty high. For in our country, like we start from between 300 to 600 US dollars, and if you need a single accommodation, double accommodation, it goes up to 1,000 US dollars for the accommodation. So these are the thing, and also the living cost, because as we are developing countries, the living cost is very, very low. Like day-to-day expenses you have, that also is low. So these are all the reasons, not only the tuition fee, because students will stay there for at least 6 years, because as per the NMC norms, it has to be 6 years MBBS program. So students will stay there for 6 years. So we have to calculate each and every penny of the parents. So that is one of the reasons. Living cost, fooding, hostel, tuition fee, everything is affordable price.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So I want to ask one simple question. It's not related with the kind of topic that we are having right now. So since your presence in a number of countries around the world, and because of your profession as a motivational speaker, I want to ask one simple question. How do you feel special? What do you feel special about Manipur? So when you're coming to Manipur, what is special about it? And are there any potentials when it comes to tourism or anything? So what do you think about it?
Yeah, because as I have told you, because Miss Aizan ma'am is a very good friend of mine. So we face a lot of problem getting the visas and all. I told you before, and before in the morning session also I brought up that point. Because when we landed Manipur, where I was seeing from the window, you know, like it's a very beautiful valley and it's a monsoon now, and it makes more beautiful. It's more greenery and all. Because we are from the country, we have many mountains, but it's all snowy mountains. We don't have green valleys like what you have here, and a lot of water we saw while we were flying from the flight. And I think this can be a tourism hub for the countries with country like us also. We can also come send the tourists to Manipur. The only thing is that if the visas and the traveling, everything will be little ease, so that I can be the ambassador to promote the Manipur tourism.
Whoa, thank you so much, sir. Okay.